What's up, rockers? Oh my God, I haven't said that in forever because someone has been busy. I had to schedule a time slot with Rebecca Potsner. She's just
Oh
like
my
so
God.
famous, like Instagram famous, like not OnlyFans famous, but Instagram famous.
I am not famous.
Well, almost famous. That's my second time saying that pun. It's okay. That works.
It still hits the second time.
But what are we, Becca? What are we recording? What is it? What is this show called?
We're breaking down
On the
the
breakdown.
top album on the breakdown, our top albums of the year.
Yo, so much music came out.
It did a lot. Thank goodness. We needed it.
Like last year had a bunch of albums. This year had way more albums. Like fuck sakes, people. And there was still another album that came out this month from Jared Dines and Howard Jones and their Scion project. That just came out like literally last week. I was like,
Yeah, I
cool
haven't
guys.
even listened to that one yet.
Which I think that was bad planning for them to release that album at the end of the year. Cause that's like, I don't know, that's a weird point. I think it's almost a negative to release it too beginning of the year and also too much in the end of the year.
Yeah, I did notice like a lot of the albums that I chose to talk about today were released within like the same like month or two.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting.
Like most of the albums I liked were coming from, I think March and April, all the way up to like October. Because it gave enough time for people to sit down and listen to it over and over and over. Because with the holidays coming around now, it's like, hey, here's a new album. Like, oh shit, I got a bunch of other shit I got to do right now, and then get this album to listen to.
Yeah.
Because even like Architects released their album back in February, but it's like it seems so long ago that like you consider it almost like not a part of this year.
Yeah, I think one of the albums I chose, I think it came out in January, and I honestly had to look to see if it came out this year or last year. I'm like, was this year? Because it feels like a lifetime ago.
But that's another food for topic. When to release stuff and you pay attention. That's another whole grand discussion. But let's kick it off, Miss Rebecca. We have you grace us with your time. What's your first pick that you digged?
We will start with the one that was released in either January or February. And that was Teenage Wrist, Earth is a Black Hole. I honestly didn't know these guys before this album, but Andrew Hagar posted about it and I was like, oh, I'll check this out. The album artwork is really freaking cool. So that got me right off the bat. And yeah, I just love the whole album. So I will pull up, we'll do Earth as a Black Hole.
Earth is a black hole.
I really like that one. I also really like Silver Spoon on the album. And then Stella, I love Stella so much. That one's a lot slower though, which I think is funny because I used to be one of those people that like did not like slower songs at all, but that's growth.
Like I have evolved to loving all music.
Yes.
I am a true music connoisseur.
That is me. Okay, let me share my screen and share the sound. All these beautiful ads. I may have shown, I think we might have done the live version of this.
You talked about them a lot of times this year.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Yes. I just really love this whole album. It's so good.
Oh, I remember you even showed this before. Yeah. You've shown this on like new music before. I remember.
Yeah,
I
I think
remember.
because later on in the year they did like a whole live version of it.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and they're really cool guys. They were at Louder Than Life. They played.
that's right. You left us to go watch them. I remember now. That's why they become familiar. I think they were
Yeah,
playing like during Code Orange. I was like, I'm not missing Code Orange. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
it's okay.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very nice for the first
yes,
day.
yes, yes. Super strong album, beginning to end. 10 out of 10 recommend.
10 out of 10 recommend, even though it came out crazy earlier in the year.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go with for my first one. This one came out, I want to say like, I think it was August. It was like, it was released. Yeah, it was August because I interviewed them at a People Festival. Great interview with Matt, lead singer of Blacktop Mojo. Awesome dudes, super friendly, like the nicest people in the world. And they, at the time, they only had one single out because they were only releasing that one single, that really slow one. And we were like, oh yeah, this is like a slow dancing song, which I kind of appreciated. They only released one single and then they dropped their whole album. Because then
Yeah,
then they played one new one as well
I know
by
people.
people from it before they released the album. I forgot which one it was. It was a more faster paced one. I forgot which one it was.
Yeah,
But
it was kind of nice because then, I mean, it's all like a surprise and you get to experience it all at once.
yeah. Oh no, they did release the second single after that. That's right. It was Wicked Woman. Wicked Woman came out. No, but Wicked Woman came out. They played Wicked Woman over at People, and then they dropped the music video on the album release.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right. But Wicked Woman was fucking awesome. Yeah, there it is. That was a banger freaking single to release with it. That's loud. This whole album rips though.
Yeah,
The back.
this is a really good album for sure.
Like when he said this was gonna be way harder than they usually do, they were right. And this, I almost kind of wish they released this as the first single instead of the slower one.
Yeah.
But from that, and then like other ones, I think it was Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy? Is it Ted Bundy? Oh, I think it was that one. Everything from that album was awesome. They found their mojo and their style they want to do and how they want to play it.
Blacktop Mojo found their
Yeah,
mojo.
Betundi.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, Do It for the Money. That one was really good. Everything was great on this album. Taillights was the first single they released from it, that super slow one. Everything was great. This album, I still multiple songs came up in my rewind for the year of songs of the year 2021 Spotify Wrapped.
Nice. Love it. So my next one is not gonna it's not gonna be a surprise at all.
I wonder who it is. I wonder who it is. It's probably mine too.
It is not gonna be on your list.
Oh, never mind. I was wrong then.
That one, I know what you're thinking too. But this one is Greta Van Fleet, The Battle at Gardens Gate. Hands down, the album I've probably listened to the most this year. I know, hot topic of discussion, but I don't know. This album is just so good. I think it's their best album so far. Let me see. if I can, because I don't, the singles, I guess I'll play a single. The one single, On My Way Soon, is probably my least favorite. Or My Way Soon, not On My Way Soon, geez. But we'll do Heat Above because that was probably my favorite single. But I think my
I have no idea what the other 6% are thinking. You know, usually when people look up
actual favorite from the album is Weight of Dreams, which is incredible live. But,
how many times did you see Greta Van Fleet this year?
I saw them twice. I saw them in Nashville and then I saw them at ACL. This apparently was like one of my most played songs, which I think is really funny. I like this one. It's definitely not my like favorite on the album, but I guess I was just really feeling it when it came out. And their like short tour this year is very, like, the set was very reminiscent of how this video looks.
Oh yeah, the all white kind of simple. I remember seeing your photos and everybody else who managed it went to Greta Van Fleet show. I'm just
AKA like the whole band and staff basically.
Except for me.
Yeah, except for you.
Oh, I got asked to go. They were playing they were playing in Chicago when I was gonna go see my buddy's band the Saturday, and I was asked to like, hey, would you want to go to the Greta Van Fleet show that Friday? And I was looking, the ticket prices were just like, no. They were out of this world. I was like, no, it's okay.
Yeah. They can, especially if you don't get them right away and they're resale, it's just ridiculous. But I would recommend, if you're like iffy about Greta Van Fleet, I think seeing them live is an experience. So, but definitely I think this album is their best work to date. So I'm excited to see it live again in the new year.
Yes, because they just announced a new tour, correct? Yeah,
new tour with the Rival Sons, which will be fun.
Yes, that was cool. I agree with that. That's a good tour. That's a big tour for Rival Sons too.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Next, I'm pretty sure we both have this on our list, but it's a banger. Everyone put this on their top list, even fucking Revolver, and I don't always agree with Revolver. Gojira.
Yes, Fortitude.
This was definitely one of their largest years ever for Gojira. Like, I think they broke out in so many different mainstream fucking playlists and everything. And that was like, when I saw Gojira in New Orleans, I'm so glad I went to that show for their own headlining show. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that.
And they're up for a Grammy for best performance, which I really hope they win that. Fuck. Because their shows are absolutely amazing live. I really wish they do more headlining tours.
I can't hear your music.
You can't hear it?
No.
How about now?
Oh, I could for a hot second.
Oh, that's weird. It's technology. But they were freaking amazing. Like, I'm so bummed that they don't do that many headlining tours. And I get that, you know, they're from France and coming over here doing an American tour is not easy. But Fortitude, I believe that came out earlier this year too. I think it came out in like March as well. Amazonia, Born for One Thing, Into the Storm was like, I think, a lot of people's favorite, one of their next favorite ones. So looking at their plays, This whole album fucking rips.
It does. I had a hard time picking like favorite tracks from this album. Yeah, really good stuff.
I was really surprised they actually played a lot from this album live too on their show. They played like
Nice.
5 songs from it live.
Very nice. Feel like a good mix.
And most bands don't do that. When they do their tour supporting a new album, they maybe do like 3 songs and then the rest like their greatest hits.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Who do you got next for your pick for album?
Honestly, I feel like all my picks are unsurprising. But my next one is Mammoth WVH, the self-titled album, debut album.
No surprise as well.
No surprise there.
Great album though. Freaking amazing album.
Yes, definitely one of my top listened albums as well.
And he's nominated for a Grammy as well, I believe. Is it best performance?
What did he get nominated?
I know he's Grammy nominated.
Let's look. He did get a Grammy nom for best rock song.
Ah, okay, there you go. That's still pretty good as well.
It's pretty legit. Pretty freaking legit. So I'll play Don't Back Down, which was like one of my top played songs of this year.
Don't back down, no, don't back down.
I think this video is so cool because it's literally just all him.
Yeah, playing. It's still funny. It was earlier this year. The guitar player with him that was helping him play with Frank Sidoris, which is Slash's guitar player. Still so funny that he messaged me on Instagram about my pink SG.
Oh yeah.
Dude, where'd you get your pink SG at?
It's pretty legit.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite songs on the album.
Same.
Though I did hear when he did the One Night Only show in Whiskey, I did hear, because it was a pop-up show for him to do at the Whiskey, that there was only like 50 tickets for sale because he had like a 200+ guest list.
Oh my gosh.
So that's kind of unfortunate. Because they have at the Whiskey, I think it's a 300 or 400 people cap there. So for 200 guest lists, that's a crap load of tickets, fans that would like to go.
Yeah. Saw him live this year and that was awesome. Sounded amazing. And he's going on tour with Dirty Honey next year, and I already have tickets to 2 shows. So.
I'm gonna go to that. That's a good one. That's a great lineup. I think that's a better tour for Dirty Honey than when I saw them with the Black Crowes this year. Just because with the Black Crowes, it was kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like when you have a big band and they only had one opener, so it's like, I guess you couldn't really, no one ever shows up for that first opening band on arena tours. On big tours like that, but when it's like small club tours like they're going to be doing with Mammoth, you you can enjoy it way more.
Yeah, it was interesting when I saw Mammoth. I think in other cities he had an opener, but at the Cincinnati show he didn't have an opener, so that was interesting. But still a fun time.
Would you 10 out of 10 recommend?
10 out of 10 recommend.
Next one, I'm bummed I missed their show. They were doing a show for $10. Like they were on tour with Atreyu and Tetrarch, but something happened where they couldn't do that, be part of the tour anymore. But they did a special show for $10 up in like the Valley in LA, which is like an hour and a half from me. I was like, and it was like on a Wednesday too. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to drive an hour and a half in traffic and then like an hour back going in there. But Dying Wish, it's a female front woman singer, and I keep going back to this album over and over because it just rips. I forgot how I found them. I don't remember how I found them. But this album is just a banger. And I was kind of bummed that I missed. They were also playing with Motionless in White. When I went to Nashville before Louder Than Life, they were opening for Louder Than Life. Motionless in White in Nashville, which that would have been a sick way to see them too.
Yeah.
But my flight was delayed on that.
Damn flights.
I didn't get into like 5-6 o'clock, and then that's when the show started. It was like 6 o'clock, and they were the opening band. So like, fuck, I would have missed them.
Yeah. That sucks.
But this one, Coward Bleeds. That one's one of my favorite ones. And then Fragments of a Bitter Memory. Their riffs are hard. The girl vocalist is fucking super hard. Like, I've shared it with some other friends. They're just like, this is a girl. What the hell? But like, I even talked about it with Wrist Meets Razor when I interviewed them, and they were like, yeah, that band freaking slaps. And they're like, we would love to do a tour with them. So Wrist Meets Razor and Dying Wish do a tour. I'll put that together.
It would be a legit tour. It'd be a good pairing.
But 10 out of 10, recommend that album. Love it. Front to back covered. I've had it on repeat for a while.
Very nice. Good pick. My pick is gonna be Dirty Honey. Self-titled as well. We will show you The Wire.
Honey.
This song is stuck in my head all the freaking time.
Surprised you didn't do California Dreaming.
I just felt like that was the easy way to go.
California Dreaming. Like,
I do love this album. I do wish it was a little bit longer, but you know, I'll take what I can get because it's been a minute since we've gotten new music from Dirty Honey.
Yeah.
But again, so I wrote a review of this album and I listened to it over and over and over.
Hey, this is smart. For any bands
tired of it, so
doing music video, why don't you use your sound check as a music video time and then just do a montage from the day? That's 100% a smart fucking thing to do. Talk about what a great way to make a cheap music video, like money wise. Yeah. And still be cool.
100%.
This is totally their sound check.
Yeah, well, and I think it's great for them because they are such a good live band that it makes sense, like, to show that off in a video. So
yeah, I saw them. I've missed them multiple times because they're LA band, and they've always been openers for the people I wanted to see, and I never made it in time. And I finally saw them at the Black Times this year, and they were really good. Their lead guitar player is
John Nato kills it. I'm really excited to see them grow, and yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
Even Jake was like, well, not Jake, Jordan, when he's like, dude, their guitar player is turning me on.
John Nato got it like that. That's so funny.
Definitely a good album. I agree. I listened to it a couple times.
Yeah.
Why?
I love it.
Go on the
All right, let's
wire.
leave the singing to Mark.
Next one I'm gonna hit Trivium. Matt Heafy. This is definitely their largest album. This is kind of like I mean, everyone knows the Trivium, but like this album they just put out was fucking like, I don't know, they hit some major fucking playlists with this one, from everything from Court of the Dragon, Feast of Fire, Flanix. This whole album was just a fucking banger, and I knew it would be as soon as they released Court of the Dragon. Yeah, Feast of Fire is like one of my favorite ones that came out. Hold on, let me make sure I want to make sure before I did it again. Feast of Fire, I love the opening riff for it, and leading into it. That
Yeah, that's nice.
And when I saw him on that metal tour of the year with Megadeth, Lamb of God, and Hatebreed, that was probably the best I've ever seen him. I've seen Trivium so many times, but just because they were always like an opening band for Knotfest. But when they played with Megadeth, they sounded fucking amazing.
That's a good tour lineup.
I wish they would do. I know they've been doing a lot of small clubs in Florida, which is, of course, that's where they're from. You know, based out of Florida. But also just because like Matt Heafy, I think the band itself took full advantage of COVID, and that's how they blew up even more. He's like the #1 chit streamer for musician, playing every day. He was even playing. He had a traveling rig for himself while on tour. He was on Twitch every day on tour, still doing Twitch.
Damn.
Like the dude was dedicated. But Like a Sword, Over Demacies, this Fall Into Your Hands, this whole album is fucking amazing. Definitely, I think one of their pinnacle moments of the band. And I don't think they still kept their technical Trivium sound, but breaking into more mainstream fans.
Yeah, it's the way to do it. So my next one is one that you also have. And it is Tetrarch.
Yeah.
Unstable.
Yeah. Rich, definitely can say you turned me on to them.
You're welcome. We'll do the first single that they released, which was I'm Not Right. I love this album. If you jump into my car, it is the CD in my CD player. It stays in there. So I think this album was really great beginning to end. Again, I have a hard time picking favorites. I think it has like a good mix of sound and a lot of great workout songs. So
100%, yo. Like a bunch of their stuff was on my workout playlist, snowboarding playlist. So I 100% agree. This album is a great front to back. It's a pretty good banger. And like when I shared it with other people, they were always like, man, this sounds like Korn, this sounds like Slipknot, this sounds like so and so. I'm like, yes to all of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this sounds like such a great new metal sound from like the early 2000s. Like Edema mixed with Korn mixed with Slipknot. in the best possible ways.
Yeah.
Like this is a huge step up from their first album, because this is their sophomore album, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. This huge jump from their first album.
Agreed. I do like their first album, and I love Freak, but this definitely was a step up for sure.
I do want to see them. I believe they're coming in a couple weeks down over here. They're playing the last date is with Atreyu over here, so I'm gonna try to snag to see that.
Yeah, they're really great live too, so highly recommend. Always nice to see Diamond shred up on stage. So 10 out of 10 recommend.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I don't know what I'm doing, but here we go. Okay.
Next one I'm gonna do. I just interviewed them, saw their show, everything. Cool dudes, and they just picked up a brand new bass member. A female bassist, as the front man was the bassist, and he wanted dedicated vocals. But Wrist Meets Razor, I think they're a big underrated breakout band. This is their sophomore album, technically. And they got a cool story. When I hung out with them and got to know them more, like their personalities, they're a gnarly Cinderella band in a sense, because like they're all spread out, like completely spread out from in the US. The two of the members live in Vegas, and the rest of them, unfortunately, this is the only single they have, like a music video so far right now. Well, they do have, I believe they have a Nemec as well. I'll do a Nemec. Nemec's a really good song. I believe it's, oh no, they don't have it on there. I think it's just a visualizer. I believe so. But this whole album rips, and for them making this album kind of separated, and other members of the band are in different states and cities. Like one is out in Kentucky and Louisville as well.
Oh wow.
So like they're spread out, and they able to put out this amazing record from front to back, and great people, incredibly talented as well. Their guitar players freaking rip. Their drummer is awesome. They're all incredibly tatted up, which is cool because it's funny because like they cover up most of their tattoos, and then they'll downstrip on stage and you just see them inked out.
That's amazing.
But this album, even when I did my review of it for Banded, just loved it. I think it's another band that's kind of like Tetrarch in the sense that they're such a blend of styles that you reminiscence of in the best way. And they even admitted it, that like they love the 2000s metalcore sound. So like they even made special merch for the year or for their tour that they used. They kind of like did Bullet for My Valentine, Old Avenged Sevenfold, and did merch and special vinyl printings of the way Avenged and Bullet did back in the day.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So a bunch of their songs are on my Wrapped thing. Even the Last Tango in Paris was like my #1 song, and that's the first song I heard from them, and it just fucking rips.
That's when you know it's good.
Exactly, that's what she said.
All right. My next one is a band called The Damn Truth, and their album is called Now or Nowhere.
Ain't that the damn truth?
Yeah. We'll do This Is Who We Are Now, which I think is the first song I heard from them, maybe. But they're a really cool band. Got the new wave of classic rock vibes going. This is a super fun album. They did a really nice vinyl print of it too. So definitely copped one of those. Apparently they're going on tour soon, which is exciting.
For 2022?
Yes. Oh wait, no, they're on tour now, but it's just in Europe.
You
And
lie,
then
Rebecca.
I know, and then the UK. So they're not coming over here. Bummer. I think they are from the UK. I could be wrong though. But this is a fun one to crank up and jam to for sure.
Have you talked about them before?
I
I don't remember.
have.
I don't remember. You know, it's been so long. You've been so busy that, you know.
Oh my God. You've been busy too. You went on tour, played the whiskey.
Yeah, but
I
that was
think you're
like
more
for
famous than
like
I am at
5
this
days,
point.
Rebecca. You're
Oh
just like
my gosh.
over here taking candid photos and bathroom selfies, black, all black, everything.
Oh my God.
Where's the music? Where's the band? Wait for your band pick. The world is waiting in anticipation.
It's right here. I actually have never even, I don't
Oh,
even
it's a
think
female
I've
lead
seen
singer
this
too.
video. Yeah,
That is cool.
we stand a female fronted band.
Push up.
I've actually never even watched this music video, so this is fun. I think they'd be really fun to see live. Hopefully they come over here eventually.
Yeah, there's a lot of British like. I mean what was it? Loudwire? I think it was Loudwire that did that article about 11 bands leading the rock and roll revival or whatever.
Yeah, it was Loudwire.
Yo, man, and they were mostly. I think they were all American bands. But I'm like, yo, there's a bunch of UK bands that are fucking ripping.
Mm-hmm. There really is.
Like, this is good. I
Mm-hmm.
like this. They would be really good. They would have been a great one to open for Hailstorm. That would be a great band with Hailstorm. I'm sure they can exchange. The lead singer her and Lizzie can have shoes. Share them off. Lizzie's crazy ass fucking huge heels she wears.
I know. I don't know how she does it. I can barely walk, and
That's why she doesn't walk around, yo. She stays in one spot.
it would make me so nervous. I 10 out of 10 would fall, trip over myself. It would be embarrassing. Yeah, these guys would be great to open for them.
Oh, and the air guitar. Right, you're not a real guitar player until you get air guitar, and that's what we all first learned how to play, right?
Yep.
That's how everyone learned the moves. You got an air guitar first.
There you go. First step.
My next would be similar as yours because it's a European band. They're out of the UK. This is their debut album. They've only released EPs, and this is their first album. Fuck, it is hard. Like, I've listened to this multiple times, and I came out only like, I'm pretty sure like back in October. So it's still relatively new. It's a new album. Florence Black.
Oh, I love Florence Black.
I found them by accident on a Spotify playlist or like a radio. I forgot who I was listening to, and then it was like one of their songs called "Bird and Chain."
Mm-hmm.
Like, whoa, who are these guys? but they're a 3-piece band. And they're heavy. I'm pretty sure they're in drop D or drop C. But their debut album's so amazing.
Yeah, I've been jamming out to them quite a bit this year.
They had their own tour going on right now in the UK, and they're selling out all their shows. But Inside Out, Can You Feel It, On the Road, Black Cat, Deep End, Zulu, everything on this album is a banger. I wanted to write a review on it, but I've fucking been busy on the road. So this is awesome album. Everyone needs to check this album out. Give these dudes some love. I love them. They're good. They're another band that's like on that I consider like a hard rock, classic rock revival.
I'm gonna keep it in the same kind of category. This is a little bit more southern rock, and that's Georgia Thunderbolts. They released the album Can We Get a Witness? I honestly just discovered them this year when I went to cover them Dirty Roses and Magnolia Bayou. Georgia Thunderbolts were playing that show too. First time I ever heard them, and they were so amazing live. They just released this album this year, and it's pretty freaking great. So we'll do this one that just came out 2 months ago. And they garnered some pretty like solid press, so I'm kind of surprised I didn't know about them before now.
Georgia Thunderbolts. With that southern
Definitely
rock.
got the southern vibes going. Yes.
All right, let's put them on tour with Blacktop Mojo. Let's get Texas and Georgia on a tour.
That would be fun.
Oh, he's got the hand clapping going on. It's not that old. This single or this music video came out in September.
Yeah. I think the album didn't come out too long ago. Like a couple months ago, I think.
Yeah, this is porch rock.
You gotta get into this album and add to your porch rock playlist.
Porch rock needs to be a thing.
Yeah, great album. They also just released a Christmas song this week, so
a Christmas song.
A Christmas song.
I'm gonna go back on a little hardcore. And it's ironically there. I mean, it just happens. They're on tour. Wrist Meets Razor is opening for them, part of this tour. That is See You Space Cowboy. Another similar on that hardcore 2000s, mid 2000s metalcore sound. And it's interesting that I don't think they get enough hype, and that they should be. They have they're the first metal band that I know of that has a transgendered non-binary lead singer. I think she identifies as non-binary. I don't know, but I know transgendered. So that's the first metal singer I've seen that's ultimately is like that. And I'm surprised no one's talking about them because they're really, really good. And live, I saw them live for the first time opening for Bring Me to the Horizon when they did their special show at the Whiskey A Go Go. So they were amazing. Definitely blew out the water. Rinsed out the taste out of my mouth. Jairus Johnson live.
I love all these bands that you've picked with the names, like Wrist Meat Razor, Sea Space Cowboy, like I
The
love
most
it.
random names.
Yes.
And I hung out with them that backstage too. They're super nice. It's really cool. When we were all hanging on the green room, they're really cool. I forgot to ask them because I'm pretty sure they named their band after the show Cowboy Bebop, which is an anime TV show, which now a live action TV show on Netflix. But so it's a thing on Cowboy Bebop. It says "See you, Space Cowboy." So I'm pretty sure that's what they got their name from, Cowboy Bebop, which is even cooler. But incredibly talented live.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that they can get their the tones that they do off their album and play it live. It's not like backing tracks or special, fucking tones they use through a MIDI controller. It's like everything they play live, they play live. They're really good.
Nice. Always good when bands sound good live. My next one is an artist we've talked about before, and that would be Lilith Czar, created from Filth and Dust.
It's like I was so bummed Lilith was on the second leg of this Hailstorm Evanescence tour, not the first leg. I'm like, yo, you're from LA. Why aren't you on the first leg? What the fuck?
Yeah, they're actually gonna be here, I think next week or something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
fucking jealous, yo. I wanted to see Lilith. I'm like, yeah. Like, no offense to Plush, but I wanted to see Lilith.
I want to see Plush too, but I'm excited for Lilith. So we will do Anarchy, which is one of my favorite songs on the album.
Biggest rotation right now for it, and it's played on Sirius XM a lot and everything. But it's a great. This whole album was great. I saw everyone in the industry talking about this. Everybody.
Yeah.
She would have been cool on Louder Than Life. I wish they would have had her on Louder Than Life. Yo, Lilith and Bones UK tour.
Oh, that would be an incredible tour.
Bro.
Sign me up for multiple dates, honestly.
See, I'm telling you, I'm coming up with ideas on these freaking tours that need to happen. Which I still get a mad comp. Which I still want. If they have cool Lilith merch, I want one.
Dude,
I will freaking Venmo you, Zelle, PayPal, whatever money.
I will send you pics.
Whatever fucking money method is available.
I love her voice, and she covered Edge of 17 on this album, which like don't touch Stevie if you better come to play, and she did. Like, that is one of the best covers I've heard of that song. So,
and also her cover of I remember I brought it up for when we did our covers episode of she did a cover of I Don't Believe in Love, Queensryche, when she was in the fake bands for freaking Paradise City, which is that cover is so sick.
Yeah, that cover is so good.
I wonder if that would be really cool if she played that live. God damn it, I'm jealous that she played that live.
I guess we'll have to find out.
Fucking jealous. She hasn't done anything. At least I'm pretty sure she's from LA. I'm 20, maybe 50% sure she's from LA. Or like based in LA right now.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if she's based in LA.
I'm gonna find out now. When in doubt, Google. Why aren't you helping me? Google. Yeah, Lilith Czar. She's a dark and empowering hard rock alter ego from Los Angeles based. Yeah. What the fuck?
Well,
Dark alter ego. So if that's her alter ego, what's your main ego?
guess we will know.
All right, this one, now I'm getting down to my last two. And these two are gonna be, these ones are neck and neck. I'm like, fuck, which one do I love more? I don't know. I've been playing them both so much. But the first one, which none of these are in my order of what I'm putting in for my top 10 reels list I'm gonna do. They're just scattered. But this one, Jake Maznauer's favorite band, and we went to the concert. One of the, definitely, I think, probably my best concert this year. It's close up there. Every Time I Die, Eated, Radical. Like, this album goes so hard that every single one of their songs, like their whole top, what, because Spotify shows the top songs played, like top 5, right, or something like that. Every one of their top 5 songs right now are on from this album on their Spotify channel. But I think I'll do Postmortem. I do love Postmortem. That's a great one. This album rips from front to back. There's some drama going on with the band and the rest of their tour they're doing. But
never fun.
Regardless of any band drama, this album is just a ripper and definitely should be a contender for album of the year. I haven't looked at like some of these other websites for their top album releases, but from Postmortem, Planet Shit, Hostile Architecture, there's only one slow song. I think it's Thing with Feathers, but this album is 16 songs.
Oh, wow. That's a long one.
Yeah, and they only released, I believe, 3 singles. I believe AWOL, Planet Shit, and Postmortem. They released 3 singles before this album came out, and it's still 16 songs. That's fucking ripping.
Yeah.
This whole album just amazing. Like this like breakdown right here. All the riffs are amazing. Definitely, I think a lot of people, this was another breakout album, I think, that got them into some mainstream playlists. Even for the first time ever, I heard Sirius XM play Every Time I Die.
There you go.
So this album fucking rips.
Yeah, I like that the album was so long and you only got 3 singles. That is, I feel like, kind of rare now.
Yeah. I'm kind of like what I keep talking about, how Gojira released 5 singles. Oh my God. Oh, that's too much. But that's a different topic.
Yeah. But my next one, this artist saw a lot of play on Sirius XM, and we called it. It is Beartooth's album Below.
Yeah.
And the song that we called, and one of my favorites, Skin.
Yeah, which we literally can say we were the first one to say Skin was going to be the next banger that everyone loved. We literally can say that.
We really did. It's time-stamped on YouTube, like.
Like when this album dropped and we talked about it, we really called every step of the way. This was another great concert too. It was a great one. And then when they played at Louder Than Life, that was a great set.
Yeah, it was a really good set. I do want to see them like on just a show and not a festival setting though.
Oh, you didn't see them on the Beartooth tour when they did their?
No.
Oh, that's sad.
I know, I missed out.
That was probably one of the best. I didn't see the first opening band. I think it's Buried Under. I think it was the first band. They started it really early for the Hop in Anaheim when I saw them. But this Beartooth Wage War thing was fucking. I think that's the best 2 bands ever to put together on a tour.
Yeah, I'm bummed I missed out on that.
But that was cool that both singers came out for each band's set time at Louder Than Life.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like that. It's always fun to see. But I do want to, the last riff, I mean, I know they did it at Louder Than Life, but I got to experience it again on a one-off show.
Yeah. I still love the fact they actually still even finished that with their show. Like, there we go. Come on. That's a perfect way to end the show. The last riff.
Yeah. It is the absolute perfect ending. And that's all I have. I don't have any more albums, so.
Which is fine because I have one more.
Perfect.
And this one, I don't care. It's ironic that it's still like last year. It was another EP that was like one of my top ones, but it was so good. The Bring Me Horizon EP they did last year with Teardrops and all that stuff on there. Parasite Eve and all that was so good. Devil Wears Prada. That EP, like I think it's a recurring topic. Like bands that released music this year, just put them on the map. Like their albums and EPs that they put out just blew out of the water. And I think like even when I mentioned this to other people, like Devil Wears Prada is still a band. They're still around. Because they took a different direction on their previous album and went a little softer.
Yeah.
And then they dropped this whole freaking EP, Zombie 2. Fucking amazing. Loved everything. I think this is the music video for it. There was 2 of them. But Forlorn is like amazing. Everything from this. I was sad. One, I was bummed. They were only playing with We Came as Romans when they came out here. And I'm not the biggest We Came as Roman fan. I want to see these guys with their own tour. They deserve their own tour. And that's why I flew out to that Cincinnati show, which was A Day to Remember, Ghost Inside, Devil Wears Prada. Which surprisingly wasn't a sold out show. I was really surprised for that.
Yeah, same.
But the one thing that sucked, so that week prior to the show, their drummer got hit by a drunk driver and broke his arm.
Oh my gosh.
So, and apparently it's a buddy of Brandon Soller, Atreyu. He's a friend buddy of his, filled in for temporary drumming. And he learned that they got a temporary drummer within 2 days, 2 or 3 days of the show.
Damn. That always is so impressive to me.
And they only played 5 songs. That's what sucked.
Oh.
Again, he had so many days to learn songs, so I'm guaranteed they had to like pick and choose the songs that they really wanted to do. Which I was bummed. I didn't hear Forlorn. They played Nightfall, which is another single off this album, this EP. But amazing, front to back. I believe it's only 5 songs, 5 or 6 songs. Nora, Contagion, Nightfall, Forlorn. Amazing. Another, I think, an album that puts them back on the map.
Good pick.
Well, that was our top albums.
Top albums.
2021. That's a lot of music.
A lot.
Especially if you haven't heard of some of the stuff I said or Rebecca said. That's a lot.
For sure.
So maybe they'll end up on your top songs going into the next year.
Might find some favorites, you never know.
Curious though, it's going to be this year, knock on wood, ironically, as we're coming out of COVID, this was like the biggest year for rock music ever and release wise. And I'm just kind of like worried. I'm wondering, all right, what's going to happen next year? Because everyone kind of like splurged out all their shit from COVID. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
what's happening next year?
I think next year is just going to be jam-packed with people touring. Will we get new music? I don't know. I mean, obviously we will, but I don't know if it'll be as stacked as
This
this
year.
year.
Yeah, this
Mhm.
year was just month after month of bangers, 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 bangers. Like I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
every month had a new album that was really good.
Yeah. Guess we'll find out.
But let us know what you think. Have a great New Year's, all that good stuff and whatnot. Because this will be dropped before Christmas and New Year's and everything. And we'll work on getting a solid schedule back for some more shit.
Next year, coming back strong.
But always horns up and thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.